I'm on my phone, so of course we have the horizontal issue, and there's no way around it. So I just want to make sure that live is showing up on the tablet, because I'm not at my computer. Why is it not showing up? It says I'm live. View channel. Okay, there we go. Let me make sure sound is coming through. Okay. So because it's on the tablet for me watching, that's how I'm going to have to respond to comments. And I'm sorry for the phone jiggling. It's not on the most stable stand. So plans today are to do some more chainmail work on a big necklace, and show live the keychains I'm going to have in my community tab that are for sale. In case anybody wants to help support us, you get something for it, unlike some other people out there. Not just t-shirts or anything like that. You get items that are actually handmade, and pretty affordable, but it helps support us with medical bills and everything else. So that's kind of where I'm at today. But I also have this necklace to work on, so we might as well just do stuff and have a little fun while we're at it. So I'm gonna flip the camera around, and I apologize for the camera quake ahead of time. Yeah, so I'm having a sugar-free monster today. Windows cluttered with boxes. I've been sorting jewelry, and because my mother-in-law gave us a whole bunch of jewelry, and got cases there with more rings for chainmail. And you guys can't see the mess outside that the city left. Oh my gosh. We finally have running water. We can run the shower. We can actually run the toilet. It's like, oh my God, what happened? It's so funny. We're constantly amazed by the fact that water's running in this house. Yeah, so I was needing some caffeine today. Fighting a migraine. So first I wanted to show off, the keychains are all going to be 10 plus shipping. I can't help it, have to do the plus shipping. But you know, if you get more than one, of course I'll combine shipping. I'm also going to be listing these on Etsy this week, but if you want to just do outright, that's fine. A lot of chainmail, a lot of scale mail. Whoops, that's slipped out of my hand. But yeah, the things that machines can't really replicate. So you're guaranteed to get something done with 2 pairs of pliers and some rings. And if you want pride flags done, just let me know. Crosses, specific colors. I combined candy with a chainmail on that one. Different scale flowers, those. What I have listed is going to be it. I have to wait for a shipment of dice, so for a bit there won't be more dice. Just what I got made here. I have a couple more dice I got to try and see if they'll fit. If I can't close the rings up, then no. I like the flag ones. They're a little complicated to do, and they're kind of fun. Oops. These all have tags on them because they were at a show. There's the Trans Pride one. More dice. Yeah, I got a few dice done. Rainbow crosses. Now, I wanted to make it clear, because I had somebody comment on my last live stream where I was doing chainmail, asked if they could teach, kind of tell me about Jesus. I'm making these crosses because I have people that request them. I have an art business. I make things that I want, that customers ask for. I try to accommodate. I don't care what your religious belief is. I will try to make something for you and make something as special as I can for you. Yeah, this flowers glow in the dark. That does not necessarily mean that I am looking to convert to a specific religion. So I don't have proselytizing on my channel, and that's the reason why I'm making the crosses, is because it's a business. I'm sorry. This one is 15 because it's larger rings, and larger scales, I mean. So you can see the difference. The small one's 10, the bigger one's 15. And I got a few of the rainbow crosses. They're tricky to do and fun. I like them. So that's part of the other reason I'm making them. And another American flag here. They're fun to play with. They're kind of fidgety. It's like fabric in your hands. They're fun to fiddle with. Here's the pink one. Pink and red. My sweetie used to make these. I don't know how to do the scale flowers yet, so that's why I'm not going to be making custom colors of those. And I will not do custom orders on Etsy anymore because they're very harsh towards crafters for doing custom orders. They don't give the crafter time to actually do the order, even though they may say in their listing that that they do customs and how long a custom will take. Etsy will still penalize the maker for not shipping out in 5 to 7 days, and that's not fair, but that's what they do, and I just don't get it. Switching off my auto lock on the tablet here. So yeah, that's why I pulled down my custom stuff, just because I don't want to have to deal with that. Another thing that I'm going to post a lot of photos of, and I have already, but this is also up for sale. It's an amethyst. It's got one inclusion in the back of the stone, which the camera won't show right now. This is a combination of mostly my wife's work and a little bit of mine. I made some modifications, especially when I found this heart. Yeah, this was mostly her stuff. And this is kind of what I am going to try to duplicate in blues. And part of that is just making units today, so it's going to be kind of not exciting, but hopefully I'll get some people to come in and visit. I'm getting yap about stuff. So, I think what we'll do first is to get some more of these units made, and I'm going to see if I have the right sized rings to join some of them together so you guys can see the process. Now what she did on the purple necklace was a combination of 2 and 2 and 2. Here's the pendant I'll be working with. I hope the light's being okay. Let me check again. Go to the end. Yeah, the light's been all right. Good. have more units in the bag, just not enough yet. I know I don't have enough. That's like, what do you do? Didn't think I was gonna need my aunt light. I don't think I do. I've got an overhead light and I've got light coming through the window here. Now, she's got on this purple one, she's got three different colors of purple, it looks like, and then silver rings. Which, sweetie, you said 16 gauge, what?
What?
You said 16 gauge on the rings, the adjoining rings?
18.
18, okay. So I do have the right rings. But I'm thinking instead of going with the silver, because I want to mimic the lapis that's in the pendant, I'm going to go with these matte silver ones here, which I also used the same thing inside the units. So that's what I'm going to do today. And I put, usually if I'm at work or something on break, I put a piece of white paper down as well as this tray just because it's easier for me to see everything. Well, I don't need that many. We're not doing that at the moment. I don't have enough to make the whole necklace. As far as units of the chainmail are concerned. I'm trying to figure out where to put my hands in here too. Oh, I didn't set this up very good. 1 second. Oh, I need to get a better stand. This kind of sucks. Why? I am so sorry, guys. This just kind of sucks. There. Oh my gosh, that was annoying. At least I don't have it in the way of my hands. That's what I needed. Stand up for a moment, check it. Oh, of course. Orientation is locked. Now it's telling me to orient the device back. What? I hate the iPhone and YouTube. There. It did not like it. Of course, now I have to adjust it again. Someday I'm going to have a really, really good camera for this and not have to use my phone. Because I'm just warning you guys ahead of time. If I have a call come through, it's going to pause the stream. Thank you, YouTube, for putting me through this. I had it. Goddess bless it. Come on. I'm going to spend the whole stream trying to fix this. Man. And it doesn't matter. Oh, for Pete's sake. It does not matter if it's an iPhone 16 or a 13, because I'm sure I have somebody who will try to critique that I'm only on a 13. Because they like to brag about their 16. There we go. Finally. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. All right. So joining these things isn't too bad. I want to make sure you guys can see. There we go. And let's zoom in carefully. There we go. All right. So normally what you're doing with these type of units is you'll see Byzantina's joined end on end. So the units will be joined together directly. In this case, we're going side to side.
Nope.
Well, kind of. You have to have, some rings are going together sideways, I thought. Let's see.
Yes, but you put them together end to end first.
With the bigger rings.
Correct.
Yeah. There we go. So you see how this is flipped? How those rings kind of flip together, flip over here when you put that ring in?
No, you're off camera.
Okay. This is so hard right now. Okay, so there's where I put really Terror Muppet? Wraith. Leave the leaves alone. 1 second, squirt bottle.
Sorry.
See that? Zep Professional Sprayer. We've had the same squirt bottle for a couple years now. Okay. It sounded like the Terror Muppet inside the fish tank because he goes around messing with the sand. Well, Wraith playing with the leaves sounded the same way. So anyway, if you put it, you say you have this unit, you've got the 5 sets of 2 there. Kind of hard to see, but I apologize. My fingers are kind of butter fingers. So you take these top 2 rings and flip them down. Then open up the rings that they're attached to sideways like this. And get your next ring in like that. And it'll keep those 2 ones on the side flipped. Well, most of the time you're connecting 2 rings in there to create a solid chain, but in this case I'm only doing 1 of these bigger rings. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other end. Oops, sorry. So open up sideways. Don't pull them apart or you'll wreck the ring. You don't pull apart this way, you pull apart sideways. And that way you can get the ring to lock back in there. And there you have 1 full unit. So I should have just kept it open so I could attach the next unit. So let's just do that. Okay, so I'm going to do the same flip. Stick these together a moment. Whoops. Keep bumping the phone. Got another set together. And it's just, you're just pretty much stringing these together at this point. This part goes faster than putting these units together. If they were solid units, it wouldn't be a problem, but because I'm doing 3 different colors, it kind of makes it a little trickier. So you would just keep going like that. Now I'm going to do one more and then show you how she had linked these sideways, just so you can see how it's done. But what's going to happen throughout the whole necklace is I'm going to have to do the length and then attach with the next piece, you know, in the middle, and keep, and then the next length, I think. But I just wanted you to see how these connect sideways, so we'll stick another unit in here. I think that'll give me enough space. Maybe. This works up pretty quickly once you have all the units done. And stop butterfingering. That's me right now. My fat fingers don't want to do it. There. Okay. Now, part of this is I'm kind of teaching myself, although I've got my wife's at her desk, so I'm not totally by myself today because she's watching. Okay, let's do another string because I'm gonna need to join two strings together with one in the middle, so let's just set up the next string. Ugh. Keep bumping that phone. Very frustrating. Oh, don't do that yet. Oh, Nebulana, hi! I'm just working on some chain today. Just trying to show how this necklace is going to be put together. And then I got to get to making more units. A lot better. We can, it's going to sound terrible. We can actually run the shower and flush the toilet at the same time, or run the bathroom sink and flush the toilet. We can have the dishwasher and the washing machine downstairs going at the same time. Yes, they fixed the pipes. We are happy. We have water coming into the house finally. They were so corroded we couldn't run the shower by itself. And then of course the lead issue, so that's been fixed and we are very, very happy. So things are better and my wife is a lot better. She's done a lot of recovery, although walking any distances is still a challenge, but she pulled through. So yeah, this lady wanted this necklace done in blues. So I found a beautiful lapis pendant that's got a topaz with it, a blue topaz in the pendant. So it's the blue jeans looking lapis and the topaz on the top. And it's just a gorgeous pendant. And so I tried to pick chainmail colors that go with it really well. It's just a stunning piece of work. So she's definitely getting a one of a kind here. So what I'm trying to do is just get a couple chains of this together and then show how my wife had joined the side chains together. Yeah, this thing still is just absolutely stunning. This is the purple one. And we got that one at 125, and it's like now I'm making one custom for that. But as I said earlier, though, I'm not putting custom orders on Etsy anymore because Etsy's being horrible to the artists. They don't give any accommodation anymore for custom work. They expect everything to be shipped in 3 to 5 days. So I'm going to list these, but and they can be size variation in size, pretty easily, but beyond that, I'm not doing chainmail or pictures from scratch anymore. Oh, I can't get this in here. I'm butterfingering again. There we go. Oops. Crap. Ow. Okay. The ring came out okay. All right. And I added on to the wrong one. I wanted these to be the same length just because. Yeah, I don't know what Etsy's problem is. And of course they're doing all of the drop shipping stuff, which isn't helping actual artists either. I mean, if they're doing prints of their own actual art, that's one thing, but a lot of them are just doing like AI graphics or whatever that, and some like there's a few that just do their logo on there, and Printify and stuff will go through Etsy, but there's no actual real handmade anything when there's a lot of drop shipping going on, and it's frustrating. Okay, so then what I need to do then is open these side rings and join through another unit in the middle.
You don't open the small rings, you open the big
The big ones, yeah, that's what I meant. So this is going to be a challenge for me. Never done this before. I've done sculptural Byzantine, which is kind of fun. Whoops. Okay, so I gotta flip those rings down on both ends.
Oh great, I'm blowing my nose on camera.
You're not on camera. I'm on
Well,
camera.
I can hear it.
Well, okay, there's one. Now I'll join the other side. Where is it? And then I lose the join on the rings. Is that it?
Well, that part's fun.
It's like, am I going blind? Oh, yeah. Nope, that ain't it. Where are you? Aha! Oh my gosh, thank you, Nebulana. I appreciate that. Thank you for the sticker. It was me whispering. It was the ASMR. I'm kidding. I'm too funny. Oh, sometimes. Okay, so I got those 2 rings to the side, and hopefully I did this right. At work, I drive people nuts sometimes because I'm constantly setting the pliers on the table and flipping them over. Because we have a community break room.
Can't see what you're doing.
I can't see what I'm doing either. So, I did get them in. They were locked into the big rings that make up the piece between the chains.
No, sweetie.
That ain't it? What did I do?
You have to make 3 good chains before you put them together.
Oh, well, I just wanted them to see how this looked in the middle here.
But that's not gonna join properly.
No, I guess not. Yeah, okay, 3 chains. This is what I'm getting, teaching myself something new here.
Okay, I can do this and not be on camera.
It's fine. I'm just going to take that middle piece out and do a 3rd chain. I got the message. You don't have to come over here.
Okay.
I got it. And I would have figured it out the hard way eventually.
Yeah, but I didn't want you to have to do that because.
No, that's okay. Didn't take much to take it apart.
But I'm sitting right here. I might as well stop you before you go.
Well, I was already taking it apart, so you did stop me.
You tell her, Cho.
Oh my God, that cat yesterday. I had Wraith separated so he could eat. Whoops, I lost the ring. And so Balaam was trying to fight with him under the door. And I yelled at Balaam and told her no. And Chell, by this point, had gotten in on it, fighting under the door. And Chell was gonna go back to doing it, and I told her no. And Chell turned around, looked at me, hissed, and walked off. Like she got the last word. She was just fine afterwards, but it's like she told me to just knock it off. I'm like, okay. Crazy cat. It was so funny. It was like a sassy teenager. I just could not believe it. Well, let's put some more units together then.
You're sassy.
Oh, she's very sassy. That cat. Oops. Sorry, needed to get a sip here. Oh, geez, 9 months. Well, these girls are what? They're going to be 6 now? Chell and Balaam?
Yes.
Yeah. They still think they're teenagers. I love that. Wraith was running around like an idiot earlier. It was funny. But I think he's probably nursing his wounded pride right now that he's wet. He doesn't care if he gets wet in the bathtub. As long as he's laying on top of me. No, it does not get better. You will have a perpetual teenager cat. I was watching Shoko and Shorty. I forgot how old she is now. She's still yowling at their bedroom door in the middle of the night and just the noisiest cat. It's so funny. She thinks she's a teenager. Here we go. All right. Oh, come on. All right. Another one. Yeah, I still could not believe. We used to call Chell the hissing peanut when we got them, when I brought the kittens to the car at the end of my work shift. And Troy was driving, and I came to the door with 2 kittens, and they didn't even have their eyes open. And that's how we got Balam and Chell, as I was doing a home care case, and they were on the shed floor, abandoned by Mama. So we started calling Chell the hissing peanut right away, because that was the first thing she was doing in the car, was the little thing. It was hilarious. Yeah. Oh, Wraith is bad with the zoomies, because he made a game for a while of trying to knock my wife over while she was using the walker. He'd go flying through underfoot and trip her. And that was his game for a while. Well, he stopped doing that. But he still will try to trip you up on the way to the bathroom. And Chell will not let you in the bathroom without pettings, which is very inconvenient when you're trying to get to the bathroom for any emergency reason. Oh my gosh, they're just terrible. Then, of course, I have photos where I can't have privacy well on the toilet because I have Wraith. They're kids. They are just absolute children. Oh, how did you fracture your ankle? I think you probably told me and I'm just not remembering. So I'm not the only one. Now the question is, does she lay on you while you're in the bathtub? Because that's what Wraith has been doing lately, and he doesn't care if his bum is wet, he'll still do it. Ow. Ow. Oh, that's nasty. That's funny. Okay, so I see. Let's set these up properly. Okay, so they're gonna zip together. Oh, my eyeballs ain't eyeballing. I can't see clearly now. My eyes are blurry. Okay, so it's all gonna zip together like that. So the side to side thing I was doing will be in these, you know, where I've got the units alternated here. The side to side will join in there. Okay.
Save yourself a headache and make sure you've got big rings on the end of each one.
Okay. She just said I have to save myself headache and make sure there's big rings on the end of each string that I put together. Now let's see. Oh, she's usually on the edge of the tub. I'm sorry. And And you know, I think I have moved that hair about 6 times, but the cats climb on this table. Well, let me do some more stringing of this side. Anyway, use up these units I've got. And then we'll just make some more units. I'm pretty close to done with the book I'm making for somebody else. But like tonight, I have to get my paper cutter out and cut up some more papers for it and sew the signatures together. And I just have a little bit of work left on the cover of it, and then I'll be able to stitch the signatures in, and it's a soft journal, so looks pretty amazing.
The other tip is set it up so the middle chain is the longest.
Okay. Yeah, in case you guys didn't hear it, the other tip she has is to make sure that the middle chain is the one that's the longest. Well, right now I'm nowhere near, so I can just put some chains together. Because I am going to be out of units at some point. And we'll switch over to making probably another cross. And just trying to get some random stuff done today before I go out and clean up my yard, because boy did they leave a mess. The whole sidewalk. I have a short where I showed that they had us connected to the city water with a garden hose. Well, that night they didn't connect the neighbor back up, so they didn't, unannounced, they suddenly didn't have water the entire night. It's like, I just felt bad. Oh, thank you, Nebulana, and again, thank you for the sticker, too. I'm glad you popped in. Good to catch up with you. Whoops, there. Couldn't get that ring to flip. I definitely should have set up my outlight because the light is fading. Bye. Have fun today. Let's see if this gives me any change in light here. This is driving me nuts. It's driving me doinkers. Well, that's a little better. Whoops. Bumped something on the tablet there. Okay. Last time when I did a live stream and had the chat on my tablet, I had turned the auto lock off. Well, I forgot to turn it back on and could not figure out why I had the tablet plugged in and it just was not gonna run. Well, it's because I kept draining the battery off as fast as it was going, you know, so it took me a while to figure out that I needed to get the auto lock back on. But when the old iPad, I don't know about the new ones, but when it's down below 2%, it'll put the auto lock on. And it'll auto lock at 2 minutes. So I thought, okay, well, auto lock is back on, so I thought nothing of it. And it still wasn't working right. I got it to turn on and it was at 5% and the auto lock was not on. That's like I hadn't run into that before, but now I know. So when I'm done today, I will put it back on. So I think my iPad's like, what is it? 10 years old now? I think. Still works. Just like my iPhone 13, it still works. And they say I'm eligible to trade it in, but it's working just fine, so why not? Why would I? Still got TikTok on it too. I should upload more there. It's like if TikTok's going to be legal, they need to just put it back in the App Store. I think at some point they will. But there's too many small businesses that use it for advertising and make money off of it and stuff. There goes the black one. What? Water that time. Cat's going mow. Oh, come on. There. Yeah, today's also a housework day. I'm going to get to that after I get done in the yard. I need to see how long this is going to need to be.
Very.
Yeah, I see that. I'm measuring it up against the other one. Whoops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more units. Have to put them together anyway, so might as well do it. I already have these stringers done, so I'll just piece them together. There we go. I really need to get a better stand for this phone because this is driving me crazy. I used the same stand on my iPhone 6 when I had that. A second measuring here. One more, and then a ring on the both ends. Helps having the original necklace here. This actually is pretty meditative and relaxing once you get into the habit of making things and you don't screw up which ring it is or use rings from two different companies like I tried once by accident. It can be pretty relaxing. Otherwise, there's times that there's a few choice words coming out.
Crafters Tourette's.
Wet cat. Oh, just a second.
Come on.
Leave him alone. And you leave the plant alone. Oh my gosh, they're children. He took off like a shot when I sprayed him, and then he bumped into Chell and Balam and hissed at them, so they were going to start pursuing him. You really are testing my patience, aren't you? You will be wet again if you go after the plant again. So far, you're the only one who's been getting sprayed. Oh my God. I have children. Feline children. Okay, so there's the ring on the end there. Oh, who brushed up against my leg? Oh my goodness. Brrr. Hi, Chell Chell. Oh, goodness, you're so silky. She's so silky. Oh my God. That cat. Balam's fluffy like a bunny. And Chell is just the silkiest thing you could ever want to encounter. I went and picked up their cat food yesterday and ordered Wraith's cat food. But Balam is turning into a chonk, so it's like, oh boy, we might have to put her on a diet. In which case we're going to have to get those electronic feeders because we can't just keep separating them all like that. We run out of space in the house. That would be just chaos for us, so. All right, now let's see. That is one more. Okay. Well, I misjudged. I have a feeling this stand kind of sunk down here. I keep hitting it now. Driving me up the wall. There we go. Okay. Do. Oh, come on. There. The struggle is real. And now that final ring. There. Okay. Next. What is that noise? Oh.
Closet goblin.
Closet goblet. Thank you, Forth Valkai, for exposing us. No, Forrest Valkai went and was talking about Roger the Closet Goblin one time. He's been saying Roland ever since again, but one day he slipped up and said Roger, and suddenly Troy came out with the voice of Roger the Closet Goblin. And now closet goblins are making their way around my work. A lot of the nurses are creating their own. Some of the patients are creating their own. It's all Forrest Valkai's fault. Which is funny. He's like a real life Jimmy Neutron, except a biologist. Okay. Come on. Come on, rings. There we go. Well, the burps are going crazy out there. Oh, somebody's been leaving the plant alone. Now that I said something, it's not gonna last. Crazy cats. Whoops, behave. That was the fish tank. Somebody was banging sand against the glass. That can only be the Terror Muppet. The albino bristlenose plecostomus, who's getting very big. And he hides a lot. Sometimes we see this big orange streak go across the tank. Because even though he's an albino, he looks orange. They're really weird looking plecostomus. They're so cool. When you can see them. When they're not hiding. When I finally get around to setting up the 45 gallon I've got sitting here, I want to get a couple of blue-eyed lemon long-finned plecos. And they are bright yellow, and as the name suggests, they've got blue eyes and really long fins, and they're just cool looking. I've always liked plecostomus. Kind of like one of my favorite fish. And bettas. Troy's favorite fish are neons, so we're gonna probably get mollies set up in the 45, a couple of plecostomus, and then some neon tetras in there. It's kind of fun to have a tank that's got a lot of school, a large school of fish in there. There's so much activity going on. It's really cool. I got some nice pieces of driftwood from the river, from a part that was not fed into by any industrial anything. So the wood was pretty clean to begin with, and of course I did the soaking and the treatment on it, so it'll do fine. It might deteriorate a little bit and it clouds the tank up, but the fish, like in the 20-gallon here, are just doing super well. I'm gonna switch out the filters today. I just have to add water. I don't have to do water changes. Very seldom. When I thought I had to do water changes was actually one of the pipes just like lightly dripping downstairs, and I didn't notice it, but I could smell it, and it just didn't, it smelled so weird, and it was because it was underneath the tank down in the basement. So I thought it was coming from the fish tank, and it was driving me nuts, and I did a water change. I did 3/4 of the tank, and it didn't help, and I'm like, oh my God, am I gonna lose all my fish? No, they didn't care. And it wasn't the tank at all. And most of these planted tanks with the sand on the bottom and stuff don't require a lot of water changes. Oh, I missed that one. That ring went crooked. Sometimes you destroy rings by accident. That one's gone. Sometimes the rings aren't cut right and they're hard to bend into the proper place where they lock together. You want the ends of the ring to kind of just lock into place so you don't see the gap, and there are times that doesn't work, and that was one of those times. Now I got to get some of these commissions done first, then I get to work on personal projects, and one of them is the 45-gallon tank. I'm not going to set it up right away. I'm going to paint on the outside of the tank and do a backdrop for the inside of the tank. And I want to do that in a series of live streams because I think that would be fun. Not sure what I'm painting yet, but I'll come up with it. I used to paint on storefront windows, and I'd have to paint from the inside to protect it from the weather, so I learned to paint everything in reverse. And so that's the technique I'm going to have to do on the 45-gallon tank. If that works out well, I have a 50-gallon tank in the garage that I'm going to reseal. Probably do the same thing to that, and I might turn around and sell it, because it's going to be a while before we have a place to set up a 50-gallon on top of the 5-gallon and the 20 and the 45 that we have. Getting there. Making some headway. Not the most exciting chainmail activity right now. But it is fun to yammer on. But hey, if people come and watch later, that's okay. They can listen to me yammer. I wasn't thinking. I should have just left that ring open. As far as gaming lately, I've been a little less into Vintage Story because I haven't been gaming a whole lot. Just for a while, wasn't feeling good, and but other than that, I try to get into Infinity Nikki daily for some of the daily stuff, and I'm enjoying that game. I'm a little stuck, so I'm gonna try to go through some more tonight, some more questing. But for a free game, it's really, really nice. And yeah, I mean, there's stuff you can pay for too, but playing for free is, they put out a very quality game for a freebie. Well, there's a lot of jumping around, and I'm not the greatest at that. Actually, I really stink at that. I never did platformers very much, except Castlevania I did. Okay, I got a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4 more units. But the current one that I got stuck on was with the fireworks festival, having to jump from the basket of one balloon onto the top of another balloon, and a hot air balloon. So I keep falling, and that consumes a heart, you know. So want to be able to conserve them while you go through the whole thing, but I don't think I'm doing so great. So I went to go do something else for a while, and I'm gonna have to come back to it. But I thought it was a limited event, and it turns out that it's not. Yeah, my hand-eye coordination isn't what it used to be, so I pretty much suck at gaming, but at least I admit it. Unless it's Vintage Story, I do good there. That's my cozy game. I haven't even gotten back to Stardew Valley in a long time. So I couldn't get the mods to reinstall, and I just kind of gave up. The fishing game on Stardew Valley is a lot harder than it is Infinity Nikki. They kind of got it where they're trying to do a little bit more on the realism, where you're pulling against the fish or something, and then, you know, you kind of sometimes have to change the direction and tire the fish out and then get it to be pulled in. So it's easier than Stardew is. I hate that little gauge in Stardew. Is a pain in the butt. Okay, 2 more units. But I actually want to do a live with Vintage Story too.
Pro tip,
Yeah.
don't close your big rings so perfectly until you're closing them for the last time. If they're a little bit, if they're just closed enough to keep the units from falling off, then you can find the ends easier.
Oh, okay.
When
Well,
it's time to stitch them side to side.
that's okay. I'll get it. It would help if I had the aught light going. Okay. Last one on that string. I have to do 6 of these strings.
Ow.
Whoops. That was my hand. I bumped the phone. And a large ring on the end. There's going to be enough sparkle on this thing, that's for sure. Perfect. Okay. Last stringer, and it's not going to be a long one because I'm going to be having to make more units. Wanted to look at something here. That. Okay. I think I know what I'm doing next on camera. I'm going to jump back to one of those crosses, but I'm going to make a statement with it. Just because the last couple days I've been in a slightly ornery mood. Did you get jumped on by a chunky cat?
Yes. I got launched off of.
You know, Wraith, the problem isn't them. Just telling you. Wherever you went. Sneaky black cat. I swear he changes states of matter. Just disappears. But he'll be fine as long as he doesn't do things to get squirted with a squirt bottle. Okay. And come on. There we go. Yeah, I'd like to still try and get on a regular schedule of live streaming again. But it's like, boy, life just gets in the way of that. It gets so hectic. Last 6 months, I swear, have been hectic. But we are planning to take some time up at my in-laws' cabin. And I'm hoping to get some live streams done up there. Some art stuff. Maybe record a video of just going through the woods again, and another one of different things I photographed like I did last year. So those are always fun. I guess we don't have threats of tornadoes again. Okay. All right, I am out of units. So, time. So yeah, I have to do 6 of these stringers total. Only have 2.5, but gotta make some more units. All right, so I still have the 18 gauge. What is it, 1/4 inch? Labels wearing off. Oops. There was something I needed to check on this. Guess we'll go to that first.
You gonna try stitching?
No, not today.
Oh.
I only have
I thought
not
you
even 2.5 strings done.
Oh, you can stitch whatever you got done.
Yeah, but I'll wait.
Okay.
All right, I needed to see.
I just thought you were really wanting to do that on camera.
I need to see if this is gonna be, if this dice is gonna be too big. Oh, it's not. Ah, sweet. All right. So I gotta go with the black, the dark green, and the light green. I wanted a green dice in here, but it didn't quite fit. And I'm not disconnecting this to put a blue dice in here, so we'll just go with the black. All right. What size rings did I use? Oh, okay. Come on. Trying to get a singular loose dark green ring out of here. There we go. So get this one finished. See, on some of these 20s, these polyhedrals, what happens is some of them are done from different molds when they pour them, and so they're not the same size, and so the ones that are bigger won't lock in like this. And these do not come out of the cages. I personally don't like the keychains that the dice comes out, because I'm always worried it's going to come apart at the wrong time. So these are not meant to come out. Okay. What's something else I wanted to look at? Well, that is the smaller one. Do I have the smallest? Yeah, I don't have the smallest ones in here. Those are unfinished chains. Okay. Never mind then. Okay, so the next one was black. kind of like the black and green together. It's pretty. I love these dice keychains. They're fun. Okay. Then emerald green. So I'm doing the full Persian 6-in-1 right now. Okay. Now I gotta make sure I do this right. Yeah, that's gonna be black again. Black like and shiny like my black cat who's sitting in a sunbeam. That. Again, this, I mean, if you want to go really, really cheap, this could be done with craft wire, but craft wire is copper and it's got a plastic coated color on it, where this is aluminum and it's the color is anodized or bonded to the metal. I know I repeat this every stream I do chainmail, but it's just a fact. And so it takes some pressure to get the color scraped off, unlike craft wire, and the anodized color will stay on for years. And I have some pieces that's actually decades and it's not causing any problem at all. Some of it's just starting to come off after 20 some years. So it lasts a good long time. We don't anodize our own just because it's something we just don't have time to get into. I have enough other things I do between leather work and painting, and I'm be getting into making some Therian masks and tails this year, which are, I will have them up for sale on Etsy, but oh, I like that. That's pretty. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to the dark green. Pardon me, did not mean to yawn. And we're gonna put this on the ring. This, I love this black and green together. This thing looks just spectacular. Green never really was one of my favorite colors, I guess, but as I've gotten older, and in part, you know, connected to more to the earth and everything through my religion and, you know, my religious practices and stuff, and doing more natural creatures and painting more flowers and stuff, I've really gotten to where I love the color green. It's just become one of those colors that makes me happy. Other people may not agree with me, but that's okay. I lean more towards the contrast of dark and bright greens. And paired up with other types of greens, peridot can be okay, but by itself it's still not a favorite. It's just too washed out. And by itself can look kind of like snot, and I'm not into that. So there's another keychain. God, I love this. It's so pretty. So until I get some more dice, I'm not going to be able to do color requests on the dice keychains. Let's put that away for now. Put that big amethyst necklace away for now in there. And I want to see. Oh, I got to stand up a moment. Stretch out. There we go. I'm sitting on a wooden chair. Gets hard on the bum. All right. So, next I'm going to try to do, whoops. Careful, feather. Hey-ho, feather away. That just sounds terrible. Okay, bright silver. And then, where's my trans flag? What did I do with it? There's the non-binary. There it is. So I used that color, blue. There we go. And then I have that color pink. Now, because I haven't done one of these crosses in trans colors yet, I have to figure out how I'm going to accomplish this. Well, first off, I want my fancy schmancy rings at the end. Where did I put them? I've got some square metal rings that look just fantastic. I have only silver and gold for now. Eventually I'll be getting more. But I like to have the square cut on the ends of the crosses because it just looks so much more finished to me. And it adds this extra sparkle that I love. So let's give it a start. Tricky thing is going to be figuring out the color changes in the middle of the cross, because this one has got blue, pink, silver, blue, or silver, pink, blue. So I have to make sure that the very center of it is silver. And this is where I said I was going to get snarky, because I'm actually doing a transgender cross, because there are trans people who are Christians, so why not? Okay, so we're going to go into blue. Fling the rings. Still got to figure out how to do some other shapes yet. Because I know you can do hearts with the full Persian, and that's the one I want to learn to do next. Expand out the different types of keychains I'm doing. I'm going to make some more candy and more stretch bracelets too, because I'll be putting up packs of these in various colors. This one's one of my personal ones, and of course it got the rainbow on it, and then the grown-up stretch ones of course have fancier beads, and then there's the candy ones. But I got to make one like this for a family member because they really like that one. Actually, for my sister, and my sister has been through a lot lately, so she deserves some strawberries too. She's earned some strawberries. Now I gotta make sure I get these colors just right. As far as how long I make this. Yep, there we go. All right, now I switch it over off of Byzantine, which is how I start them, onto the 6-in-1. So go through the side rings and go through the rings I just added. I'm actually really enjoying doing the 6-in-1. I have a lot of fun with this one. Of course, I enjoy Byzantine too. I've been able to do a lot with it. Okay. This is the part where I'm constantly flipping the pliers over. do that, I have to set them on the table and then pick them up again. Hence the banging on the table. Okay, now let's switch over to the pink. These colors are gorgeous together. I'm actually glad that that's the trans pride flag colors, because they are very pretty together. Even though there are trans men too. I'm just feeling snarky because I had to end a friendship with somebody over this. And I was pretty hurt by the things that that person was saying, and my wife and I were both very angry. And they also were going after practices in my religion besides, and would not listen to me whatsoever on either topic, so I just had to call it. And I'm not happy, but I don't need that kind of toxicity in my life. That's why I had to call off another friendship not too long ago. It was over their toxic behavior. Except in this case, well, that one too, but more so this now is affecting an entire group of people, that kind of attitude and everything. That's very damaging to a whole group of people. I just couldn't take it anymore, so this is how I'm dealing with it right now, I guess. Okay, if I do pink here, all right, I think I got an idea how I'm gonna do this. Let's go to silver. Since I don't have actual white rings, the silver works out really nice. I think it's a beautiful shift in color. It, I think it adds a little sparkle and a little attention more than the white that's actually on the flag. The silver is a worthy replacement and says, I am worthy, in my opinion. And I have other family members that are trans. I've got a lot of friends who are trans, because, well, Minnesota, we all kind of tend to get together a little bit more than other states. But, okay, so this way. There we go. We kind of all just gather around in the same circle. So, I cherish each and every LGBTQ person that's in my life. because they're all family to me. Everybody is. They're my family. There we go. Alrighty. And I'm going that way. And I'm going that way. Don't ask. Shut up, Fitbit. I know I'm not up walking around. My Fitbit now, I think, is like 4 years old. I still use it. I had another one, and the strap broke so bad and cracked everything that I couldn't even get it back together. So this one I bought for my wife. That's why it's lavender, but she doesn't like to wear anything on her wrists, so I just sat there until I needed it. I'll use it till it dies. Not sure if I'd ever get an Apple Watch. I mean, it's bad enough that the Fitbit buzzes at me when it's time for me to get up and walk around, or it buzzes at me when my phone rings, and my wife keeps joking that she wants to get me one of the Amazon ones that talks back, and it's like, no, just no. I don't want it to talk back at me. Especially if they get more advanced and they really start talking back at you. Why are you being so lazy? Get up. Or it decides to suddenly talk, you know, like the Nintendo DS eyes and the DS lights would go, and if you had somebody within your area that had one, they could, you know, you could communicate through them and stuff. I could just see Apple Watches advancing to where one goes and says, hey, did you know what Billy did last night? He couldn't get off the toilet for 4 hours and his heart rate was up and down and up and down. Oh, I could go on with that. I am so warped. Now I wonder, okay, what did I do here? What is this? Okay. Wonder if I go back to the pink. Well, let's do one more, because I want that. That's going to be too long. I don't want the cross to be so long that might as well make a whole chain out of it. Okay, come on, get in there. It won't go that way. That looks really nice. Colors blend a little bit, but that's okay. Okay. And it kind of blends a lot in there, so it's kind of hard to see the color shift, but I still think it's going to look really nice. Whoops, stop. Stop jigging, phone. Okay. So yeah, once I get that book finished, I will be doing a at least a short showing it off. And it's not a junk journal. The buyer can turn it into a junk journal if that's what they want to do. They're an artist themselves, so they'll be able to do whatever with it, but it's just a soft journal, but like I've got some coloring pages in there and pages made out of mulberry plant, and I got some watercolor paper from India in there. It's just gonna look so nice. I like to have my journals have a little extra things in there that just make them unique. Yeah, there we go. And then I have to finish a drawing in my book. Start the next one, which might be a wolf. I'm not sure. Also have to do some in the gaming sketchbook too. And do some more writing for publishing some critters for Pathfinder. And there's a lot of things I want to do. We'll see how much I can get done this year. And I wanted to try and get into the Powderhorn Park art fair in August, but it's like between that and Pagan Pride, I don't think I'll have enough stock to do something where 40,000 people come through. Oh my gosh, there'd be no way I would have enough done this year, so I'm gonna see what I can get done by next year. It's a juried show, so if I can get my scale mail shirt done with the pop tabs, that'll definitely be a showpiece. By the way, if anybody wants to save me pop tabs, that ain't right. This way. I don't care what colors they are. Yeah, because instead of the metal scales like I have, well, this is the glow-in-the-dark scale, but instead of scales like that, I'm going to be using the pop can tabs because they can work the same way. There we go. One more interlocking ring this way. One more on the other side. Okay, silver ones on the bottom. Yeah, that square wire just adds so much sparkle. Oh my God. It is gorgeous. So if I get some tax money back, I'm waiting, I'm gonna order some square wires, or rings, in different colors. There we go. So that's a bottom. That could even go as a keychain by itself right now, but I'm gonna add the cross beams on it. There was another ring I wanted to show you guys. I mentioned last live stream that I was looking at some twisted metal rings. These are it right here. And they just pop out at you with sparkle, and they're so neat. So I'm probably gonna do at least one cross with those on the top and bottoms. They'll have to be based in gold, so. Oops, not that yet. Okay, so the cross beam, I have to use silver again. Is that going to be too far down? Yeah. Okay, so we'll have that one be the bottom part. And then this one right above it. Don't make the mistake I did that one day where I had them too far apart and was driving myself nuts live. Oh my gosh, that was so bad. All right. Just gonna Byzantine, or start Byzantine this, and then again switch over to the Persian. Okay, so next one I'm gonna do is pink. Whoops. Flinging the rings. Well, that's why they call them jump rings. They jump all over the place. Ha ha ha. No. Mommy's busy. This is where you gotta keep track of where your rings are located, because you can easily mess this up. There we go. Okay. Wraith, leave that crystal alone. Brat. I definitely know I have to move the crystal somebody gave me. He just found it and it's sparkly and he likes it and it's actual crystal, so yeah, no. Was somebody at one of the craft sales I was in, makers markets I was just at. Okay, what did I do here now? Okay. Then I dropped the pink ring. I think I was running into this last time. There we go. Okay, now we're gonna swap over to the blue and bonk into that again. Can't have the sidebars be too long on this. I could do some Celtic crosses too, but I think I need one ring size I don't have. I have to figure that out. And one more blue. On this side. As you can see, the time it takes to make some of these, the flags take a lot longer because you're using smaller rings yet. I'm definitely not overcharging. I've had people try to tell me I was. It's like, yeah, that's not what's going on here. Oops. There we go, there's that part. Yeah, that's gonna be the right length. That looks good. So I'll do this beam And then I'm going to interlock everything so they don't get all floppy on me. Don't want wacky floppy arms on it. That really did stand out here. That looks really nice. It looks really, really good. I'm liking it. I did a cross necklace for a long-term bedridden patient, and when he went into the hospital, it got lost. I was not happy with that. Yeah, pink next. Because it took me a while to get that one done. Because I wasn't doing Persians. The cross didn't work up as fast as this one is. But it was a really nice necklace, and yeah. And sometimes that happens. I had a painting I did one time of a loon flapping its wings while he was on the surface of the water. And, oh, that one didn't work. Just gorgeous painting. I mean, I went to town with the spots on the wings and, you know, did it as accurate as I could. And had given it to my ex-in-laws. At the time, they were my in-laws. And got to find out from my kids that my ex had taken it to the fire pit and burned it, even though it wasn't his in the first place to do that. But at some point they decided they didn't want it, and that was before the divorce, and gave it to him, and I guess he had done it right before he filed for the divorce. It was an oil painting, and it took quite a while to do, and yeah, people can be real jerks. And I'm sure I've had other paintings and things get destroyed over the years. It happens, or stuff ends up in a thrift store, or that's why I don't want that happening with my mom's paintings. And my sister doesn't either, so they will stay in the family. But her work is a little more she's a known artist, so it's not like somebody's high school paintings going into a thrift store or something. Which I do have a few pieces in my collection that's going up in my art room that I found at thrift stores that were surprising to me. Very, very nice work. And I don't know how they ended up there. Some gaming art and original pieces too. Oh, that's what happened there. That ring decided it was going to flip back. Well, there he was digging in the sand again. Big crazy fish. Yeah, I also have some like ceramic pieces or wooden painted boxes from kids that their stuff had gotten donated. I have a couple pictures that kids drew that blew into my yard. I saved those. They're going up on my walls, because why not? Okay. So the blue. Yeah. This is pretty. The colors are fabulous. In more than one way that more ways than one. Okay, that. My eyeballs are starting to not eyeball properly. Okay, come on. Whoops. Missed. Here we go. Things you don't want to hear in the medical profession. Whoops. Bad joke, bad joke. Very true, though. Ah, stop jigging. Okay, so this is where we lock things in with, oh, let me get that end finished first. Yeah, it's too bad that person won't, that I had it out with, isn't going to be able to see this live stream. And me being snarky because I blocked him on YouTube too. I just did not want to see anything that he is doing. It's just sometimes better to just shut the door and walk away. Cry it out later. Same thing I had to do with Shannon, which sucks, but what do you do? Okay, now let's go from the top first. Actually, the way these rings are, it's a little easier to go from the cross beam. If I can get this ring in there. I don't let my cats outside. I don't believe in that if you're in the city, and there's a lot of cats that end up outside around here. And fleas, diseases, pregnancies, you know. And I don't want my cats in the middle of that. Okay. Did I get this right? No. Yeah, I did. Okay. This gets so tricky right here. Because if you don't keep a hold of that ring, almost there. Come on, lock into place. There we go. I don't know why that's so floppy on the end here. Let's fix that. I don't like that those rings are flopping around like that. And then I'll go back to doing the supports. Boy, those birds are going crazy out there. They definitely think it's springtime. Oh, come on, get in there. Oh, jeez, there he goes again in the tank. A whole ton of sand just was moving. Oh, that's so freaky. The terror Muppet's always super active. Oh, Starfire, I didn't even see you. I'm sorry, I didn't pull up because the phone's angled flat onto the table, and then the chat messages didn't go up on my tablet. So thank you for popping in. I'm sorry I didn't catch you right away. Okay. Yeah, mine would probably try to eat all the grass and dandelions and everything else out there, and he's not supposed to have any of that. because he's on that special diet. Okay, that's funny. There we go. That's better. Yeah, and he's not being a high kitty either, but yeah, high kitty in that way. Hello, kitty. And he's all black. He's my big beast out of the darkness. He is a beast too. Bombays can get pretty big. So if we ever have a Maine Coon, that's going to be a big cat. And sometimes I feel like I'm playing the operation game here. Okay, this side. Whoops, there I went bumping the phone again. Just having a quiet afternoon. Before I have to go out and try to clean up my yard a little bit. City still has to come and take away bushes they took out, and there was a hedge between the neighbors and us, and they had to take it out to get down the middle and fix the pipes. And so the bushes are still sitting in the yard, just sitting there. Okay, let's do blue on the bottom too. But unfortunately, we have people that go through and collect metal, and they sometimes will take metal things out of people's yards. And I have a lot of metal decor that's just sitting in the front yard like almost a junk pile, and that's what the guys replacing the pipes did. And so I got to move all that to the back and into the garage. Do that today because tomorrow I have a 16-hour nursing shift. I don't want people stealing like my white metal bench. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same thing on the top there. Maybe. That's definitely a maybe. Alright, it's going to be a bugger. Come on. Now stay there. No, I said stay there. What are you doing? Get back here. Let's do this. Maybe that'll fix it. Boy, those birds are crazy out there. So is the terror Muppet. Oh my god. He clouded up the tank. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the plecostomus tore up so much sand in the tank that the tank got cloudy. And I still can't see him. He hides in the back. He's too big for the tank, but I think I would have to take everything out of there to try to catch him. And so he's probably just going to have to stay in the 20. Once I get the 45s going. Oh, come on. No, 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 no. Gimme. Come on. There. Yes, he does, but boy, is he tearing around in there. I wish I could see him. I've seen him as a streak across the tank. But I'd love to be able to just see him come out of hiding. And he makes caves under the decorations. So the decorations start slowly flopping over. That fish is pretty dang cool, but oh my gosh. It does help with the biological matter in the tank, though. He helps filtration by stirring everything up. Okay, come on. Come on. This gets tricky. Especially when I get that last ring in there. That's going to be tricky. Come on. Like talking to the metal is going to do anything. Let's see if I can get a hold of it. Haha. Okay, now the bottom two. Yeah, the big tank will have mollies and neon tetras in there. This one's got a whole bunch of guppies, a stowaway coolie loach. I bought some plants and he was in the bag and nobody knew it. And I have a banjo catfish in there, which I hardly ever see because he buries himself in the sand too. So some of the movement could be him, but it sounds like a pretty big fish. And that's got to be the Terror Muppet. And that's what my wife named him, the Orange Terror Muppet. For some reason, the albino plecostomus is orange. Okay. If I can't lock this in, I can't lock it in. don't think so. This is pretty tight. Yep. I think it's going to have to go just like that. I can't get the bottom done. Oh, maybe if I try the other side first. Wow, there he went again. Oh, come on. Yeah, I was into that ring. Oh, come on. Oh, oh, am I getting it? I've got it. Just for a moment. The last one's going to be a trip. Come on. No, don't go back in there. Peek your head out of the little gap. Oh my God, this is tight. Come on. I talk to inanimate objects, especially when they start animating. Oh, shoot, I dropped it. Come on. Oh, I went too far. Teensy bit back this way. There. One more. Okay. Breather. I still don't see the terror Muppet. I like my bottom feeding fish though. They do make a real difference in the tank. Okay. Now where was that one? Right there. So now I gotta go this side. Oh geez, this is gonna be tight, tight, tight. Just gotta squirrel it in there. Ooh, that's tight. That's why I'm doing this. Come on. Whoops, missed. Come on. Get into the ring I want you to get into. Ha! Better not laugh too soon. Okay. So far away. Doesn't this ring want to get in place anymore? That didn't work with the melody of the song there, but hey. This isn't working either. I just gotta feed it through. Almost. Dang it. Come on. Come on. Yeah, bugger. Breather a moment. Okay. It's almost through. Haha. Okay. Oh, don't you dare. Oh. Just gotta get it to lock into place here. Oh, it's not cooperating. There. Almost. Got it. There we go. Everything's locked into place. It looks finished. This side is a little floppier. I don't know why. Why is that flopping? Well, this side is too, so it's okay. All right. Oh, yeah, those take a little bit of effort. Especially when you get to the middle part. But it looks really nice. I like it. Yeah, that turned out really, really decent. Yeah, so here was the trans pride flag I did. So I gotta make some more flags too, but they take a while as well. But yeah, that cross came out really nice. So that'll be on the list of ones that I put the photos up for on my community tab later this evening. And I'll put the prices down too. Of course, it'll have to be exact shipping, and then I gotta slowly list everything on Etsy. But yeah, I think I'm going to call this because I have to do some yard work and a little bit of running around and a bunch of laundry and dishes and things we were not able to do for a couple weeks because we had no water pressure at all. It's still amazing that we can flush the toilet and run the sink at the same time. It just blows us away right now. It's funny. But anyway, thank you, Starfires. Thank you, Nebulana. Thank you to anybody else who pops in later. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And yeah, I want to, at least at this point, my next hurdle is to get to 1,500 subs. And then on my way to 2,000. But I know I have to be a little more consistent, but I do appreciate everybody that comes and visits. And I hope you all have a great day. And blessed be everyone. And take care. And how do I stop this crazy thing? There we go.